MORISHIGE. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on in this chapter because he just keeps skipping to everyone. Hopefully it comes to this big thing where they all eventually meet up and then Kizumi kills them all, man. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Or hopefully MORISHIGE starts to go crazy now because he finds Mayu dead and then he kills all of them. Go on, MORISHIGE. Yep. In my agitated state, I kicked a pair of hallway slippers that was sitting right on the ground nearby, and they flew right into the dead girl's face. Okay. He's going cuckoo. I grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around, and was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue. A statue covered in skin and muscle, but a statue nonetheless. Because you're crazy, that's why. You know what, I'm kind of hoping now that it becomes to MORISHIGE versus Kizumi. Now, actually, I wouldn't mind who dies, you know, they're both crazy. I wonder how, because I'm sure no matter what, MORISHIGE is going to die. But I'm sure that Satsuko already said that whoever died before. Well, we didn't even actually know if MORISHIGE died. But he apparently jumped out the window, but we don't know if he died from it or not. I don't know. Snap out of it. God damn it. I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to the camera mode, centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kada. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at focused ahead of her at a downward facing angle, yet in contrast to these injuries, she wore a peaceful expression on her face, almost as if she was posing for me, just waiting for me to hit that shutter button.
いい表情するじゃないか。いい絵になりそうだ。
What the heck is this, man?
いいね。アンダルシアの犬って映画を知ってるかい？今の君にぴったりだよ。もう一枚いいかな。ひょっとしたら君は生きてた時よりも今の方が魅力的かもしれない。そんな気がするよ。だってほら、この硬直した方のラインなんか、失礼かもしれないけどエロティックだ。この手首の傷も。
Tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertip was swallowed up. God damn it, what the heck is she doing? What is he doing? I mean, she gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or a decomposition I said that wrong, was already well underway. I pushed further in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles. Sorry about that. Pushed further in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles until it struck something smooth and hard. Oh god. As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented the foul odor of sweat and sebum. Sebum? Is sebum, maybe? That had heretofore... that had heretofore... I don't know how you say that. Been assaulting my nostrils. Just trying to imagine if Tagami wasn't here. I'm sure he wouldn't go crazy. He'd be like, oh, this is a really, really good game. The survivor. Whoever can survive the longest.
そういえば、田口さんが警察に提出するためにここの死体を取ってるとか言ってたな。とっくに約束の1時間は過ぎてるだろうし、そろそろ田口さんを探してみるか。もしかしたら田口さんが眉を見つけて同行してるかもしれないし、ここにいても。
Oh, does he come here? Or is this back to the other people? Amidst the darkness of the corridors, I spied human figures, living ones this time. What the fuck? 2 of them? Both female and both much younger than I. Approached them without making a noise or saying a single word to announce myself. Oh, so MORISHIGE was coming behind him, okay. Junior high, I'd guess, maybe 12 or 13 years old. One was clearly much more fear-prone than the other, as she wrapped herself around her companion's arm and was actively trying to hide behind her. She was looking in my general direction, but with the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this land of the dead was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man sprawled out further down the hall. He was unconscious, possibly worse, and an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognised him. It was Taguchi. I wonder what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do?
Taguchi-san. 死んでるのか?
Was I concerned about him? Do I feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever at that moment. I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, but this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead?
その人と知り合いなんですか?
いや、
He's got the camera
別
though.
に。
でも今名前言ってましたよね。これその人のだと思うんでどうぞ。
The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera. No doubt about it, this was the same one Taguchi had been looking into when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail, it had no power.
バッテリーが切れてる。使えそうにないな。
バッテリーも落ちてたから拾っておきました。使ってください。
I wonder what is he going to turn it on and see things. Oh god.
ああ、
何この人。ああだって不愛想すぎ。別にお礼言ってほしいわけじゃないけどさ。なれちゃん。平気。どうせ聞こえてないよ。
I placed the battery back in the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop on. Still fully functional by all appearances.
これで保存してある映像を確認できる。君たちはここで何してるんだい？
友達を探しているんです。小笠原奈々と霧上光っていう。
See, the Nana one,
武蔵川女子中学の同級生なんですけど。
The Nana one, I'm
それから
sure that was
高
with
等部の先輩たちも。
Mayu, and then she got took in, because I'm sure that girl's name was Nana. I don't know if it's the same one, but... Was she wearing the same clothes? I don't think she was, though.
私は天戸谷なり。この子は山瀬千早って言います。
そうか、中学生か。そっちの小さな君、どことなく持田の妹と似てるよ。
Oh, and if you didn't know, Yuka is actually about 12 to 13 years old, even though in the first game she looks like she's only 6 or 7 or 5. Like, it's so stupid. She's about the same age as them.
何の話ですか？あなたは高校生ですよね。
俺も人を探してるんだ。鈴本真由っていう子。君たち見なかったかい？
それよりまず名乗るのが礼儀だと思うんですけど。
ああ、すまない。俺は森重作太郎。如月学園の2年だ。それでさっきの話だけど、真由を知らないかい？
Flipped open Mayu's student ID to his photo page, almost as if I were flashing my badge, but the responses from these two were not encouraging. They exchanged a quick glance with one another, then shook their heads.
私たちは会ってないみたいです。
そうか。いいんだ。このカメラの中に手がかりがあるかもしれないし。
I rewound the tape a bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying imagery began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. Did we get to see it? Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were of those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps, and his occasional self-mutterings. 9% of the video footage then... 9% of the video footage then consists of the dead bodies, while the remaining 10% was mostly just the camera autofocusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles, so their causes of death could be easily determined. Guess he really was planning on showing this to the police.
何これ？死体
two nosy girls were peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seemed certain quite how to react.
へえ、随分丁寧に撮ってあるんだな。
I wonder. No, this is a theory now. Before it happens, I have a feeling that Taguchi, actually saw Mayu's this like blew up body, and like in the first game, he actually took a picture. Morishige did, and then she texted him somehow, and she said, "Don't look at my body." And I feel like it's the same thing's gonna happen, but with this camera. Like he's did it, and she's gonna do it again.
俺がまだ見てない死体がいくつもこれなんてまるでシーレの絵みたいだ。だけど惜しいな。田口さんの視点は作業的だ。映像を見る他人の目を意識しているし、死者に遠慮している。俺ならもっと。な
りちゃん。
ん？どうしたんだい？
なんで笑ってるんです？
笑ってる？俺が？
笑ってますよ。嬉しそうに。
それは変だな。
Honestly, if I was then one of them two girls, I would fucking belt it. I would not stay there with Morishige. Of course, someone laughing in this kind of place is obviously the sign of them going crazy.
なりちゃん。
Yes, let's get out of here.
私たちもう行きます。
行く？どこへ？
友達探してる途中なんで。
何をそんなに慌ててるんだい？協力できることがあるかもしれないよ。
いいです。私たちだけで頑張りますから。さよなら。
何を勘違いしたんだか。俺のことを変質者か何かだと思ったのかな。まあいい。誤解を解くのも面倒だ。それになかなか面白い反応だったしな。カメラは置いておこう。これは田口さんの目だ。他人の視線で見てもいまいち感情に訴えてこない。俺は俺自身の目で見てもっと触れたい。俺は俺だけのコレクションが欲しい。いや、死者を自分のものにしたいのか。待て、何を考えている？俺は眉を探してるんだぞ。撮影はただのストレス発散だ。眉を探す前に俺が自暴自棄になっては話にならないから、その防衛策だ。そう、眉を探すための手段でしかない。目的と手段を履き違えちゃダメだ。だがもっと見たい。
Taguchi is completely motionless. It's possible to tell from here if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious.
自信またか。
After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. Great. Was the candle shimmering here along with the note? Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
振り返ったらどうなるって言うんだ。
Oh shit, don't do it. Oh fuck's sake. Fuck it, let's Oh, good we did.
山本さん、袋井君は？
わからない。さっきまで一緒にいたけど、なんか斧持ってるやつに追いかけられて逃げてるうちに。
そうか、心配だな。無事だといいが。あ、君も怪我をしているじゃないか。
私は平気。この血は私のじゃないから。
Whose is it?
それよりやっぱりやばいよこの学校。さっきのやつがきっとここに迷い込んだ人たちを殺してるんだ。
僕はそいつを見てないから何とも言えないな。
私怖いよ。
よかったら
いいの？
It's not good.
まあ構わないよ。
So is it bad ending if I don't look behind? I don't know yet. Let's have a look. Yamamoto, overcome with relief, suddenly grabbed a hold of me.
ちょっと。
ごめんね。森重君は鈴本さんだっけ？彼女いるんだったね。
そういうんじゃない。なんていうか妹みたいなものだよ。
森重君みたいなお兄さんがいたら退屈しないだろうな。
そうかな。どっちかっていうと退屈な人間だと思われることが多いんだけどな。特に同世代からは。暗いな。ん？山本さん？
ちょっと待って、明かりつけるから。
なんだこの廊下。やけに。そうだ、本館でもこんな場所が。
暗くて寒いね。
なあ、引き返そう。これ以上は危険だと思う。
でももう来た道がないよ。
しまった。そうだ、山本さん、あのアルコールランプを。
あれはなくしちゃった。でもろうそくならあるから。
そんなものじゃ。
あそこに部屋が見えるよ。行ってみよう、森重君。
待て、危険かもしれないだろう。様子を。すまない。
Oh, of course.
平気だよ。
誤解しないでくれよ。俺は、いや、僕は。
I wonder if this is actually her. I don't think it's actually her, is it?
それより少しお話ししない？
何を言って。
私のことは嫌い？しげに。
お前。
That's Hachiko, isn't it, man?
誰だと思う？しげに。
やめろ。
Don't call me that. I tried to pick myself up off the floor, but she grabbed me tightly by the wrists.
話せ。なんで俺のことを、眉のことを知ってるんだ。
I struggled with all my might, and in the process, I inadvertently slapped Yamamoto, whoever this was, square in the face.
痛い。女の子に乱暴するの？しげに。
That's Sachiko there, man. That's Sachiko. Yeah. The skin from Yamamoto's face began peeling back, and a little girl's face burst out from within, covered in blood and muscle tissue. I don't even know how it's possible, but black hairs burst out from Yamamoto's suit next, spreading across the ground like a black wing unfurling. Immediately, a musty smell began permeating the air, and I became aware of all the body parts around me. Hands, feet, entrails, and a vertebrate lake of blood.
お前はいつから。眉をどうした？
どうしたんだろうね。しげに。 よく泣くスズメだったよ。今は物静かな。自分の目で確かめるといい。
Just so you know, for the people who don't know this, the voice actor for Sachiko is actually the voice for Pikachu in the anime. If you didn't know that, this is Pikachu here.
まさか。
私はお前を見ていたよ。面白い。見込みがあるやつだってね。たまにお前みたいなのがいる。この学校と相性のいい変わり種がね。
何なんだお前は。一体俺をどうするつもりなんだ。
怯えているのかい？無理もない。だけど分かってるよ。お前の恐れの対象は生きた人間の死ではない。自分自身の死。
話せ。俺は
話してやろうとも。歩いていけ。あの扉へ。校舎が案内してくれる。
This is not good.
お前が探しているあの子のところへ。茂に
Uh-oh.
見ないで。今の私を。
眉。
楽しみだね。お前の反応が。
True to her word, the girl let go of my wrists. Her body then began sinking into the floor, little by little, until there was nothing left of it. It was as if she was lying along the shore as the tide came in slowly and rose above her body. Or maybe this skull just swallowed her up. The only things that remained of her were Yamamoto's school uniform and that face mask made of her skin.
これは夢か。それとも俺はもうとっくに頭がおかしくなっているのか。いや、だとしても。
See, I don't know if this is a bad end still, because with Cole's Party, you do not know. They leave it for ages until it says bad ending. So this could be a bad ending, and I have to actually don't look back. But I don't know.
俺は眉に会わなくてはならない。あいつは生きている。そうに決まっている。眉、今行くぞ。
Right, there we are. See, I told you. What did I say? Cole's Party fucks with you all the way until it says wrong end. Told you. God damn it.